in the early 2010s to like around 2014, 2015, somewhere up in that range. It was like they, and of course, you know, it was a people like a Chud the Builder that was going in there doing that.
Why?
Because
they know put a red dot on yourself for like that.
Because they know where to go and they know where to go to get the views at. Because the thing is, like you just said, he won't go to certain other communities and try that because he already knows what's going to happen. So he goes to wherever he thinks that he can get the engagement and views from, which of course is with Black people. Like I said they're like blood sucking leeches. They're like vampires.
Right. And one more thing, I don't even think and like you said, I think someone put in the chat, even Nick Fuentes wouldn't even want to mess with him. And you know,
Nick Fuentes is gone so far as to now label himself as a Democrat. This
okay. So he switches up a lot.
Yeah, another grifter.
Right. Okay. Because I don't see. He's not. I look at Chud as this because I just found out about him 2 days ago. I just started seeing stuff about this dude. Like a true racist won't want the attention.
Even other Dub S was saying that he was telling him he needs to stop. Now, when they telling you that you need to stop, then that means that you are a problem. You are making the block hot. Basically, that is what they're saying.
They don't want to end up getting the smoke, which is what's gonna happen. But all right, man, let me get up out of here.
All right, appreciate you coming up.
Yep. Bye.
Shout out to Mr. Williams for coming up. Next up, we got Black Rage. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, what I don't like about this is people is using this to slander Black men, trying to call us weak and stuff. And I'm like, he knows who to come after. He's not going with a tough guy's eyes. He's going after pregnant women and kids and innocent people who ain't expecting that. And because I had an incident on Instagram with one of these racists calling me a chip and how he's gonna put me on a shirt. What he didn't know is I had my power tool. I put one of my drill bits in the chamber. Now I was about to walk out the door and see what's up and see where he at. But then the place he called me at was a public. I'm like, nah, this is a setup. Something just told me to sit back down because it was going back to y'all saw me on the news in a minute because I'm about to let my freedom bell ring. My power tool is gonna let it be known. Because people like Chud the Builder, they can come after me or any other guys that like veterans or people or Black men who are just no nonsense or got stuff to work with, you know? He's gonna come after pregnant women and others, you know, and little kids. He ain't gonna try that on like me or you or any other grown man that he knows gonna put hands and feet on him. And also, I've heard he got a tether working for him, a black tether working for him. I don't know who, I don't know. Because one of the dudes in the background was a black dude, but he had like an accent on him. So I think he got like a tether in his group.
What group? As far as I know, if it is someone working, if it is someone working with him, that's about it. I don't know what team he has.
No, as I'm saying, it was a group of people, and it sounded like a tether speaking with him, filming and stuff too. So I don't know if it's a tether with him or what. Because when one of the little white crackhead snatched his hat off and the dude was driving around, he trying to go catch the crackhead, little white crackhead, whatever, yelling out and stuff. The dude sounded like a straight tether. But I'm gonna just end my thing on this. I hope he don't come to no Charleston, South Carolina, because if he comes to, I got a gun. I'm gonna blow your brains out. I'm letting my thing go off.
Wait.
Hello.
No, I'm here. I'm just like, be careful with what you were saying. Like,
yeah. I'm saying, if I would defend myself, that's better.
Okay.
All right. Well, my bad. My fault. I apologize.
All right.
All right.
Shout out to Black Rage for coming up. Next up, we got AW1.
Hey, what up, Taurean? Wasn't expecting this. I mean, you live streaming.
Oh yeah, I wasn't either. Like when I saw that, I said I can wait to do it tomorrow, but I was like, nah, I got some time.
Oh, you had some time today.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, man. So basically, he got arrested again, or?
Yeah, he got arrested because he ran out on his tab. Like, well, you did you just come in?
Oh yeah, I saw that video. I just saw that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And he threatened some other brother in some type of car.
Yeah, he did. And also like when he ran out on his, like he left out on his tab, ordered all that food, and basically said he wasn't going to pay for it. Now, like I said, he caught when he got into it, I guess, with the manager. Now the waiter apparently that he had was Indian, so he said something to the waiter, and my guess is he probably said something to the waiter. The waiter went and got the manager, and then that's when we saw the actual video itself of him going at the manager and the waiter, and then they ended up kicking him out. And not only did he leave, but he didn't pay the tab. Then he got caught. Then he got caught by the cops, and they arrested him because they called the police most likely. And the thing is, like I said, his face is out there, so the thing is, the people know who he is, so they know exactly. So they know who to look for. He literally put a target on his own back.
And I'll say this too, like it's one thing to say ignoring, but you know what? But here's the thing. I'll say this: the law. But if you provoke violence to someone, the law says you can defend yourself.
Yeah, and that's all he's been doing.
Right, but yeah, he's just all smoke. We don't do whoop tickets. But Torian, but you continue to keep winning out there, man. I'm gonna go to work now. Stay woke, be one, man.
And Miss Nisi, I just dropped the link in the chat. Excuse me. I just dropped the link in the chat for you. All right, Derek, you are up next.
Hello, Taurean.
What's going on?
So I know you've been covering him. I recently found out about the guy actually like about 3 days ago. He's really gone viral. But I know you showed the video with him in the car. I got in late, but I've seen the video. I know he antagonized that guy, and to the point where it seemed like it was going to escalate, because I know the guy was basically threatening to run him over with his vehicle, and he left because he felt like the guy had a gun. But have you also seen another one of his videos where this video was actually recorded? It seems like it was recorded by somebody else who was hunting him, to be frank, because the guy, he had a gun. And like when he came up, Chad was already on the phone with the police about another situation from somebody he had antagonized. And then he went and got at him, and then he called the police on this guy. And well, actually, no, he had the situation. He walked away from this guy, and then he was confronted by the police himself, who basically tried to warn him, but he disregarded what the police had to say and just overtalked them.
Yeah, like I said, he is a glutton for punishment, and like I said, he does all of this in order again to antagonize Black people, to get a rise out of them, because he is trying to convince people that Black people are what the society says that we are, but it's not working. It's not even organic. Like he's like, and of course, like I said, he's like looking for attention because he can't get paid anymore. He's practically got kicked off of every platform. So I don't know, like the only thing that's keeping him monetized or anything money he's getting is going to that Give Send Go that he has, that has like $50,000 in it. He's trying to get $100,000 out of the people, and who knows.
Well, I will say you made a great point though when you talked about holding the platforms accountable, because that really is what should happen. I know people want to go at him, but if you bring him down, you can suffer consequences. But if you, and I believe all the victims really should file lawsuits against him, which could come together to be a collective class action lawsuit. But instead of putting it against him, go after the platforms that are hosting him, like Kick, X, all of them, make an example of him. So all these other nuisance streamers, rage baiters, race baiters like them will learn from his consequences.
Yeah.
But that's all I had though. I'm gonna jump off.
All right. Thanks for coming up. All right, shout out to Derek for coming up. Next up, we got Jesse. What's going on?
Certified salute, Torian. Certified salute to the chat.
We can hear you today.
Yeah, the damn cat's muted my mic. I got it together. Okay. So this Chud the Bussy dude, I'm surprised he ain't had hands and feet put on him yet. He needs to go down to Orange Mound and Bean Haven and talk that ish and see what happened to him. Because them brothers and sisters down there is not playing with no Nabiscos. He must have forgot about old boy that got beat up. What was that in Mississippi, just south of Memphis? What was that last year? Remember the one that was going into the club and they told him to leave and he kept coming back? And then
why do I feel like I know who or what you're talking about, but I can't think of who it is?
Well, anyway, he gonna end up getting that same treatment. Like Tariq said, I'll probably give him to. I won't even give him to July. I'll give him to June. He gonna F around.
So you giving him a couple more weeks?
Yeah, he only got a couple more weeks. Somebody gonna deal with him because you see how he was acting at the gas station when the brother came up to him, was like, "Look, man."
Yeah, exactly. Like, because like the guy, the one guy, knocked the phone out of his hand, and all he says, "Oh, you're going to jail." He went to straight Karen mode. But then apparently, I forgot to mention that it was another guy that was there. It wasn't shown on the video, but you could hear him when he said it. The guy that was at his car, the one wearing the black shirt, he said he had spit on him. Yeah. Now, anyone knows if you spit on somebody, that is like the ultimate form of disrespect. And I'm telling you right now, if someone was to spit on me, you better put on your flash boosters and hope I don't catch you. Because, and the thing is, he said that he had spit on him and everything like that. The black people was around there laughing and celebrating that he actually did it. Chud, the builder over here, Dalton, we're gonna call him Dalton, that's his real name. Dalton over here. He got on the phone and was calling the police. The police standing around looking like they didn't want to deal with this guy because again, they know he is a public nuisance. Even the cops don't want to deal with him. That's how much of a nuisance he has become to that community.
Yeah, remember that video? The police was like, "Man, you bring this on yourself. We follow. We know what you're doing. You're bringing this on yourself." So, like I said, he's gonna F around and find out. Like I said, he just need to go to Orange Mound and then go down to Bell Street and talk that ish and see what happened to him. But that's all I had, Taurean. Like I said, I give him like a couple more weeks. Somebody gonna deal with him. He gonna come across the wrong one, and it's gonna be lights out for him. Right. Appreciate you having me on. I'm gonna let somebody else talk.
No problem. Shout out to Jets for coming up. And one thing I've been seeing people leave in the comments when it comes to him, they said his season finale is coming. I've been seeing that comment a lot when it comes to him. All right, let's see, who do we have? Oh, y'all know what time it is.
Heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred.
Miss Niecy, what's going on? Oh, and happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you, baby. Good evening to you, Taurean, and family in the chat. I was on Church's Live when I saw you pop up. I said, "What's going on? Who died?" That's what I was thinking. But anywho, what's this dude's real name?
Dalton Etherly.
Chud the Builder? Mm-hmm. His name, no, that's forget his real name. His name, he gonna be eating some dicks here pretty soon.
Oh God.
You know how I do. I straight raw, baby. But anywho, make go on his Gifts and Go or GoFundMe get revoked.
It needs to, honestly.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, that does need to be revoked. And like I said, like I told people, I've been covering this dude since November. I remember when he had his Gifts and Go when it was even lower than what it is, and people were because a lot of people are just now finding out who he is, so they're like, oh my God, people actually contributing to it. I said he's had this thing since November, at the very least since November, and when it was at I think like $30-something thousand. Right now it's only a little over 50. He's trying to get 100K. And when I read the description of it, he's talking about he was having family issues. He has a child or something like that. To my knowledge, he's pretty much a deadbeat dad. I mean, this dude hits almost every stereotype that he tries to throw on to black people.
He's the epitome of poor white trash. Grifting. Man. All I gotta say, stop. Hammer time, and I'm talking about a literal hammer, not MC. B1, baby.
B1. Shout out to Miss Niecy for coming up. But yeah, this dude is a straight up man. I guess we'll have to see what comes of this arrest. Like I said, this arrest just happened last night. But like I said, they have enough material, enough stuff on him to keep him there. I know they only arrested him on the strength of what he did at the restaurant, and it's not related to all the antics that he's been doing the last few weeks, especially the last few months. But can you lean in a little bit to what he's been doing to get to this point? Because I think if a true judge, too bad we don't got Judge Olu Stevens up in there, because he would have threw the book at him. But put a judge in there that's going to look at all the stuff that he has done leading up to now. Hell, he's not a first-time offender. He has a rap sheet dating back to 2011. And all the stuff, even the stuff that he's gone to court for, because he's gone to court before in between late last year and maybe early this year for some other stuff. More so the reasoning of why he doesn't, or why he can't carry a firearm right now. He had to go to court for that. So I think if they really look at all of the factors here with him, including right here, just shows you this guy does not need to be outside. He needs to be locked up at the very least. I think the people of Tennessee will be very glad about that happening, especially the black people down there. Ebony said, didn't he pepper spray a guy? Yeah, he did. He did. With that big can of mace. Because remember, like I said, he can't carry a firearm right now. He by court order, he can't own a firearm. So that's why he's carrying around that mace. Like, again, he left a long digital footprint. Wow, you're back. What's going on?
Yeah, I wanted to make a quick comment. When the other guy one of the calls came up talking about these platforms, I think that's what we also really need to be. It was something else I wanted to say, and I'm glad he brought that up. These platforms need to start being held accountable for some of these people and their actions. That's why I made the video. That's why I made the video today. That the video that I posted up today, that was me talking about that. Saying how the platforms that platformed him for as long as they did, they need to be held accountable, but more so Kick than anything, because that's where he really gained his popularity off of, was the Kick platform. They let him stay on there for as long as he did, and they know exactly what he was doing on there. It was just because of in recent time, it was a lot of pressure to make them kick him off of Kick, literally, and that's the only reason they did, because of public outrage. Right, because Kick, as everybody knows, Kick is Kick is basically Rumble to Twitch is basically YouTube, and Rumble is on Kick. So Kick, and also Kick isn't making that much money to begin with. Because I remember I looked that up, Not for him to be doing all of that. Yeah, because if Kick really want to make money, they're gonna have to start cleaning up their platform. That's the problem. They want to keep doing this stuff. What I really want to say, I just thought about it, is these people. These platforms need to start telling them, hey, y'all gonna be responsible for your own actions, because we're not about to spend a payout money for your degeneracy on these platforms. They're gonna start changing the rules on these streams for some of these people. They're gonna have to start doing it, because somebody seriously gets hurt and sues Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitch or Kick. They're gonna get here. They're gonna get kicked off, and then you don't lost your moneymaker. So yeah, and you want to know what else it is too, is the fact that I don't know what Kick's how they do the monetization over there, but let's hypothetically say Kick doesn't have any big sponsors, like anything that they can place ads on, so how like YouTube does. That's why he was able to stay on there for as long as he did, because they don't have any big corporate sponsors backing the platform that would be like, hey, kick him off or we're leaving. So it's no incentive for them to kick him off, because they don't have any big backers behind them. So that's why they let him stay on there for as long as they did. If he was to do this on this platform, he would have been gone before he had a chance to really go viral like that. Oh yeah, because YouTube has too much to lose. They got too much money, right? They got billions of dollars. They're not even trying to lose $1 million just off of his actions. So if Kick actually really wanted to grow, they would have to get more sponsorships, because it's like a 95-5 cut that the streamers Kick, but Kick doesn't make any money. So I'm surprised Kick is still around. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But FO, and I'll land there again.
Appreciate you coming up. But yeah, I think what it really boils down to when it comes to Kick is they don't have a big corporate backing behind them, like multiple ones at that will say either get him off the platform or we're leaving or we're walking and we're taking our money bags with us. But like I said, public pressure is what made them do it. For 3 days, I was like, what is 3 days? And they came back and said, you know what? We looked into it some more. We're not only demonetizing you, but we're also kicking you off the platform for good. He should have been gone. Honestly, when I first learned about him back in November, when a lot of people didn't know who he was or at the time, that was when they should have got him. But nope, they let him fester on, and now he's become a public problem. Now, whatever happens to him, it's just what will happen. And like I said, now I think he's just streaming exclusively off of Twitter or off of X, what they want to call it, because that's the only place where he can stream, because he can't go anywhere else. They'll see him coming a mile away. AW1, you're back.
Yeah, I just got to say one thing about if someone spit on you, you spoke facts on that. But I'm going to say this. So, no, go ahead.
No, I was agreeing.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, I saw what you look like, Taurean. Ain't no one going to spit on you. You ain't got to worry about that. Like, you're literally you're a machine, man. you're good. But, man, but keep doing your thing. Stay positive. Stay woke. Be warm, bro.
And that goes for anybody. But really, no matter how someone looks, like, you should not be like it should never get to that point. But they were testing him, and they just showed right there in that moment in that gas station. Literally, I'm gonna tell you something right now. That gas station situation with him, that was the ultimate test to see if he actually was about that life, and he failed miserably. And the real Zarb said, just got here, said he was really arrested for what? He went to a restaurant. It looked like a fancy restaurant. You know, the restaurant where they have the white cloth table, the lights are dim, they got the candles on there, and you have the little small rectangular menu with the numbers on it. Someone said it might have been a steakhouse. It could have very well been. He skipped out on his tab. Basically, from what I gather from the video, his waiter was an Indian, and he was basically saying slurs towards his waiter. And apparently, it looks like his waiter probably went and got the manager to tell him about who he is. And the manager was basically telling him that he had to leave. But before you leave, make sure you pay your tab. Because when you looked at the table, it was a bunch of dishes on there, empty dishes at that. So they did eat. And then he started, he said the slur towards the Indian waiter again. He insulted the manager, and he basically kicked him out. And then he did not pay the tab. So he ended up getting arrested by some cops, like right around the corner, because the manager got on the phone and called them and said, this guy so came in here, he did this, and can you find him and arrest him? And like I said, his face is plastered everywhere, so everyone knows what he looks like. He probably told him that guy, Chud the Builder. I can imagine how many times his name has probably come through that radio scanner over the last couple of weeks. From the amount of times that people probably called the cops, or even times when he called the cops. Wallow said he was looking for a reason not to pay. That's probably another reason. He was looking to dine and dash. So he got hit with multiple charges. He got arrested. He got hit with like a $3,000 fine. And they said if he's found guilty for all of the things that he's been charged with, he can spend up to 19 months in jail. Which is, if they gave him all 19 months and he had to do all 19 months, you're talking about a year, like a year and a half. Which I'm sure the people of Tennessee, specifically in that area, will be completely fine with. You said you didn't know who this dude was the last week. I feel like I'm one of the few people that knew about this dude since last year. LeBron said, yes, we are talking about Dalton. Yes, we are talking about Dalton. That is his real name, y'all. Chud the Builder's real name is Dalton Levi, like Levi jeans, etherly. But I said it's amazing how they finally arrest him, which, you know, hey, it is what it is. Get your win when you get it. But it's amazing how they arrested him now for this incident right here, but not for all the other stuff that happened prior to that. Chad said you did put us on game. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, it's just that a lot of people are just now knowing who this guy is because now he's hit a peak where he has gone viral so many times. Well, that's the thing, though, Saad. It was more than $78 on that table. Let's hypothetically say the steak alone was $78 because, you know, you get that good steak, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. When you look at the table, it was a lot of dishes on that table. It looks like they probably had a appetizer, they had the entree, they had multiple drinks, and maybe a dessert. Let's hypothetically say they got a dessert. That you're talking about at a place like that, you're probably talking about for maybe nearly $500. Because the place was really fancy. It's not like they went to a buffet or something like that. They went to one of those fancy restaurants where, you know, your tab for one person could be about $100+ depending on what you get. But it was the table was full of dishes, empty dishes, which means he and whoever he was there with ate. You said you found the menu to like the steaks are like $70. There you go. So you spending nearly $100 just on one steak. When you look at that table, they had to have spent at least $200 or more. But anyway, y'all, that's going to pretty much end the stream. Like I said, I didn't want to be up here for that long. I just wanted to bring out this to y'all because this was like I guess you could say it was a breaking story. We'll see what else happens with him as time continues to move forward. Shout out to, again, Ernest, and also shout out to Inspirational Truth for being a member for 17 months. He said, I guess he was cheaping out. I guess you can say that's what he was doing. But shout out to everyone that came through, all the people that came up and spoke. Again, this was an impromptu live. Didn't expect to go live today, but hey, here we are. There will be a video coming tomorrow. You know, we're back on schedule tomorrow. It'll be a video coming, so be on the lookout for that. And again, shout out to all the mothers in the chat. Happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. But for everybody else, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will talk to you in the next one. Be safe, stay hydrated, stay cool, and most importantly, be one.